of the tape for this welterweight matchup. 29-1. Davide Armanini taking on Fatmir Gordy with an impressive record of 23-3.
Big reach difference, but that's why they call Armanini the bull. He wants to get inside.
El Toro fighting here in his home city of Rome against the Albanian. Here's Buddy Johnson.
Bellator Kickboxing on Paramount Network presents three-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Now we introduce first the blue corner. He weighed in officially at 169.8 pounds or 76.9 kilograms, holding a career 23 victories against 3 defeats. From Cluj, Albania, presenting Fatmir, the Mage Gordy. And fighting across the ring in the red corner, he weighed in at 168.7 pounds or 76.7 kilograms officially, a career 29 victories against a single defeat. Fighting out of Rome, Italy, presenting Davide Armanini. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Dr. Dave Smith.
So Dave Smith, our referee. Fight scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Here we go. Fatmir Gordy, the Albanian, in the blue gloves. The southpaw. Rome's own Davide Armanini, 29-1, making his Bellator kickboxing debut in the red gloves.
Big left swing by Armanini. He is known as a guy that just jumps in with big shots. That's how he's not had a lot of knockouts. We'll see if he continues with that in this fight.
Very popular here locally and looking to score early.
He's popular because he puts people on the canvas, and people like to see knockouts. That's what he gives them.
He said after learning the technical aspects of the sport, then I really started to hone my game, and I'd say Big John at 29-1, he's honing in very well.
He's doing pretty good with a 29-1. That's showing that, you know what, he's learning as he goes, too. And that's a big hook right there that you're seeing.
Yeah, right over the top.
And it's the power that you see him. He's setting his feet and he's throwing with power. Those are not light shots.
Countered with the hook over the top, then led with it, scored both times. 23 victories for Fatmir Gordy. Couple of good knees. Got to stay active in the clinch, but only for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, you can stay active for up to 5 seconds. The referee can let that continue on if you are active and you are scoring.
Armanini trying to put together some combinations. Just past the midway point of round number 1. Good body shot.
That was a good shot. And you're looking at this. Gordy needs to keep him at length. If you're going to let him get inside, Armanini's going to start eating you alive.
Nice knee. That one caught him.
That did. That caught him on that low calf, and that hurts. I mean, it's just numbs your leg out. It's hard to walk on when someone hits it with that kind of shot.
Armanini, the current WTKA K1 world champion, won the title in 2017, defended it this year. Gordy's pace slowing a bit here in the final minute of the round.
Yeah, you can see that leg kick that even brought to the inside. It's affecting the way Gordy's able to move.
Cycling and karate, the 2 sports in the life of Davide Armanini growing up. And a good start in his Bellator kickboxing debut.
He's landing the big shots here. That's what the judges are looking for. When it comes to Bellator kickboxing, we're looking for those knockdowns. Then we're looking for the damaging shots and then volume of shots.
Started kickboxing and K1 with his brother a number of years ago. And round 1 in the books.
Nice straight shot from Gordy there, but what you see in this fight is the power of Armanini. He's hitting Gordy with big, heavy shots. That's the difference in this fight right now. All of those power to the body. He is influencing where this fight is at, able to close the distance.
Armanini at age 16 started to really get into cycling, pursued a good career as an amateur, but then returned to the kickboxing ring as we begin round number 2.
How does someone that's built like a bull ride a bicycle?
I don't know, but it sounds like he rode it very fast and very well. So conditioning has always been one of his strengths.
And so that's his strength right there. You saw him pick the fighter up and throw him down. What you're really starting to see is watch the distance that Armanini is able to close on Gordy. Gordy's having a hard time keeping him off of him. That is what Armanini needs to do. Once he gets inside, that's where he does his best work.
Looking for the body.
Good left hook to the body right there. Those body shots add up. Even in a 3-round fight, they still add up fast because when you can't breathe, it's hard to fight.
Good first round for Rome's Davide Armanini. Gordy trying to score here in round 2. Big swing and a miss.
Big swing and a miss, but he hit a body shot and a straight right hand that both landed. He's still landing the best shots of this fight.
Round 1 definitely going to Italy's Armanini.
No doubt about it. 10-9.
Arrived at the Roma Fight Club in 2011 because of his work schedule, basically. He'd work the night, train in the afternoon, didn't have a car, so he'd take public transportation to the gym. He's come a long way since then, 26 years old.
Or that bike.
Or that bike, there you go. Thank you. Nice segue, partner. That's why we're here together.
The one thing that you see out of Armanini is he's attacking the legs and he's attacking the various places that we want you to attack. Low calf, outside of that quad, he's hitting it hard and he's hitting the inside, and that inside slows your progression of being able to move down so much.
Gordy looking for the big head kick. He does have the reach and height advantage. Fatemir Gordy trying to turn it up a bit. But the pace of Armanini has been outstanding. Caught him again.
Really hard shot. You can see he's adjusting his mouthpiece. That tells you, oh, that one stung me.
Armanini conquered many belts all the way up to black belt in karate at a young age. No action in the clinch, so Dave Smith breaks him. Under 30 seconds on the clock here, round number 2. Gordy's really looking for that left head kick.
He is. He's trying to keep Armanini off him, but Armanini keeps on adjusting himself. He'll pop out, but comes into that range where he can be effective. Gordy needs to adjust to it.
Second fight of 2018 for Rome, Italy's Davide Armanini. In the red gloves, Albania's Fatemir Gordy in the blue gloves. Third and final round. Another round in the books for Armanini.
It is another, it should be another round. Again, what the judges are looking for, if you don't have that knockdown, and what was them going to the ground was a push. If you don't have the knockdown, the secondary thing the judges are looking at is power punches that damage the opponent.
So tell me in your order the criteria of scoring.
Criteria is exactly what you just saw. You just saw 2 power punches land on Gordy. Gordy is putting, and he's punching, but his punches are what we call volume punches. They're to try to keep Armanini out and off of him. That's not going to get you the score on the judges' scorecard that you want.
But the knockdown is always going to score the best.
Knockdown is always number 1.
Gordy knows he needs a sense of urgency here with just over 2 minutes remaining in our welterweight battle. Bellator Kickboxing using the 10-point must system. Man, he is really looking for that head kick. You'd like to see him set it up.
That's the big thing. If you're going to go for that head kick, you've got to hide it behind your hands, because if you don't, you're showing in your tells that that's coming, and Armanini's going to be able to block it. Beautiful uppercut inside, though, Mike.
Good round 3 for Gordy. Likely behind on the scorecards.
Again, it's the reaction you saw when he got hit with the left hook. You see his reaction. He's stopping his offensive progression, which is telling the judges, ah, that stung me.
Andrea Farioli, his current trainer. Davide Armanini, as I mentioned, the Bull, 29-1. And a nice uppercut to finish that combination.
Exactly, and right now you can see he is being the Bull. He's just marching his opponent down and closing that space that is the advantage that Gordy has. Gordy can't do anything with it.
Might give a nice shout out to a great guy who took us around town the other night, John. We did a golf cart tour, and he said, hey, one of my teammates is on the card, and that guy right there is his teammate, Davide Armanini. Oh, big right hand. That was the best punch of the fight. Final seconds.
Armanini keeps looking for that big uppercut.
They go to the distance.
Take a look right here. That kick is nothing, but the kicks that he lands to the inside of the leg are the big difference in this fight. Boom. You see that kick and you see the reaction of the fighter. That's telling you how much it's affecting him. He also lands big combinations with his hands inside. That's the type of shots that the judges are looking for when you end up with a decision victory. This is the difference that the judges are looking at.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout goes the distance, 3 rounds, and we go to the decision. George Todd Anderson scores about 30-27. Chris Lee, 30-27. And Sal D'Amato scores about 29-28, declaring your winner by unanimous decision. In the red corner, Davide Armanini.
Big win for Rome, Italy's own Davide Armanini. Congratulations to the Bull. Victor by unanimous decision. Our tail of the tape for this catchweight fight at 183 pounds, 18 victories for Gabriele Casella, his opponent Alex Negrea.
Large height difference with 6'2" to 5'9". We'll see if that makes a difference.
Alex, 7 years the elder of his opponent. With the official introductions, Buddy Johnson.
Bellator Kickboxing on Paramount Network presents 3 3-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Now we introduce first the blue corner. He weighed in officially at 182.1 pounds or 82.8 kilograms. As a professional, 11 victories, 5 defeats. Fighting out of Milan, Italy, Alex Negrea. And now introducing your red corner. He weighed in officially at 182.1 pounds or 82.8 kilograms. As a professional, 18 victories, 2 defeats to a single draw. Fighting out of Rome, Italy, Gabriele Casella. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Brian Miner.
So Brian Miner, our referee for this catchweight battle. 183 pounds. The Romanian now fighting out of Milan, Italy, against Rome's Gabriele the Magnificent Casella. Here we go. Red gloves for Casella, blue gloves for Negrea. Hands high for Alex Negrea, the Volcano. Ah, there's a nice spin.
Nice spinning attack, but very nice return of action by Casella. He's just taking his time, popping that kick out. Strong outside kick.
Yeah. Negrea pushing forward now. Very aggressive here starting. And he's a fighter, John, you told me, always aggressive, always coming forward, always looking to inflict damage.
He is. He's a heavy puncher. He had a really good showing against Joe Schilling, who Joe Schilling is one of the meanest, nastiest fighters you'll find in kickboxing, and heavy-handed, and he stood with him the entire fight. Also did the same with Melvin Manhoef. So he's a guy that's going to be in the middle of your face the whole fight.
Made his Bellator kickboxing debut in April of 2016 in Torino and beat the legendary Melvin Manhoef. He said, that showed me what I was capable of.
Sometimes you're going to fight a guy and you know who they are, you know their background, and you give them so much respect, they almost keep you from doing what you're capable of.
And when I think about Melvin, I think about Robbie Lawler in that battle in Strikeforce years ago.
That was a battle that showed what leg kicks can do and then what one big right hand will do too.
Just past the midway point of round one, good left.
You know, that left kick was blocked by the glove, but I'm telling you, he still felt that. Negrea felt that shot.
Kisela competes in Muay Thai, full contact karate, kickboxing, K1, and boxing. Fought 12 times since 2014 in many different disciplines, low kick, and it scores.
Both guys are opening up with good attacks, good scoring opportunities, and a beautiful, almost Superman punch with the right hand landing.
Over the top by Negrea. Good back and forth action here in round number one.
But you can see how Kisela is utilizing that left jab just to keep Negrea just at length. Beautiful left hand, beautiful right, good attack.
Good flurry. He hurt him.
Yes, he
More
did.
knees. Big swing and a miss. Alex Negrea looking for a finish.
Now Negrea's gonna get finished, but I'll tell you, he's so tough. This is what I've seen from him. He gets hit with big shots, and he still comes back.
And another one. Great job by Kisela. Wow, what a flurry.
Nice axe kick at the end there. That was some action. Take a look at this action right here. That is a beautiful left uppercut. Nice knee. Hits him with a solid right hand. All of those shots are huge and damaging. The ability for Alex Negrea to stay on his feet under that type of attack shows you how tough he is. Those are big shots, and that's the difference in the round right there.
That shows you why Gabriele Kisela is the current world champion. The World Association of Kickboxing Organizations won the title in Rome in the WMO in 2017, round two. And the spin early by Alex Negrea.
Kisela's not saying it, but inside his head, he's going, what do I have to hit this guy with? I hit him with just some bombs, and he's still standing.
So given that flurry, how did he score round one?
No doubt about it. That's a 10-9 round for Kisela. That big flurry with those damaging shots is the difference in that round.
Put together some strong combinations, leading with a jab here. Kisela, a local star, appeared on the cover of the Men and Fitness Italian edition. He's a contributor, writes a column, very involved in the community, and a heck of a kickboxer.
He is a talented kickboxer. He's landing some beautiful combinations, but you got to look, and this is what I said about Negrea. When I first saw him fight against Manhoef, he just keeps walking forward against people that can throw bombs. He doesn't care. He keeps coming after it.
And even though he got hit many times at the end of the round, he did tell us that he lets his 7-year-old daughter watch his fights. He said, she knows what Dad does. Little slip on that spin attempt. Just about to the midway point of this fight. Lead left hook lands.
All those big shots that you see him throwing, though, those take gas. It takes a lot of energy to throw those, and you just can't continue to do it under the assault that Kisela is putting on him at times, too.
And we are outside. The temperature continues to come down a bit, but it is warm.
I'm saying it's hovering.
It's hovering, yes. Foro Italica.
See, when you're watching those shots, he's throwing shots, but those are being blocked. There's a difference in when we're getting hit and it's being blocked by her arm. That's not a landing blow. That's defense. That's not going to count with the judges. Nice front teep.
Gabriela Cazella, back in 2016, fought in Monte Carlo, one of the world's most prestigious World Series for kickboxing. So he has some very strong experience as we watch him for the first time inside the Bellator kickboxing ring. Heavy kick.
Heavy shots. You see both fighters will shell up, but there's a difference because when Negrea shells up, you see Casella lowering his attack. He goes after the body, goes after the legs, and his shots are scoring.
Another good round for Gabriela Cazella. The Volcano fighting out of Milan, Italy. Alex Negrea served in the Foreign Legion of France, moved to Italy from Romania at age 16. Grew up in a little city outside of town, loved going into the mountains. He's got a mountain to climb here in the final 3 minutes of this fight. Red gloves for Cazella, blue gloves for Negrea.
One of the things that I know Casella has noticed out of what he's been doing with Negrea is every time he throws that left high kick, it is only being blocked by the glove. He doesn't Dutch block it. He doesn't bring the other hand over to slow it down. And Casella is starting to pick that leg up and hit him in that same spot multiple times. He's looking to hurt him.
For those at home, Dutch block, the difference.
Dutch block is going to be, instead of just blocking with one hand, I'm going to bring my opposite hand over and bring that against that kick to diminish the power. So you can see it almost looks like my hands are crossing.
I'm going to let you give me some kickboxing lessons as well. Some of those are just selfish, John.
Yeah.
But a really good performance here in his home city of Rome. Nice knee, and again.
And you notice Alex moved right back. Negrea moves back off of that knee, which is telling you, oh, it landed just like that right hand just landed big again.
Now, what I noticed early is Alex Negrea likes to carry his hands high. Now that Casella's attacking the body, the hands are coming down. Now Gabriela's coming over the top.
No matter what, you do not have long enough forearms to cover your head and your body at the same time. God made it that way. Man, I'll tell you what, when someone can pick you apart, it is frustrating because you're trying to protect your head, then you're trying to protect your body, and you can't protect it all.
Nice combination. That leg kick hurt. And again, the same spot. Great combination here. Body shot on the return. I love the pace throughout this entire fight by Gabriela Cazella.
He is just systematically using beautiful technique to break Negrea down.
Final minute of this catchweight battle.
See that right there, that looks cool, but that's kind of saying, you know what, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, it's a desperation and a hopeful, wow, I just caught him and won a fight that I was losing big time.
Yep, and it's just not going to work against a guy that has the skill level of Casella. The way he's fighting is just impressive.
Against the Volcano, who is a very tough Romanian.
No doubt about it. I mean, like I said, I've watched him fight many times, and I am impressed by Negrea. He's a tough dude, and he is just being technically torn apart.
Final seconds. And another big flurry towards the finish. What a performance by Gabriela Cazella. How good was that?
When you're breaking this fight down, you're going to see in the scorecards that it is one-sided, but it was a very close fight, but the difference in the fight is what you're seeing here. Look at those combinations, body, head, bringing the knee up. This is what judges are looking for, and it's the power and the damage that he's doing with these blows that is the difference maker. Alex Negrea is fighting, and he's fighting hard, but he is just getting beat by a technician that is moving up and down, inside and outside him, utilizing different combinations of punches, knees, kicks. This was an outstanding demonstration of beautiful kickboxing by Casella. Look at that. Double left hook, brings the knee up, back to the left hook. covers the body so he doesn't get hit, back to the left hook. That is a kickboxer.
The official decision is in, and here is Buddy Johnson.
This bout goes the distance, 3 rounds. And we go to your decision. Our judges, Dave Smith, Derek Cleary, and Sal D'Amato scored about 30-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Gabriele Casella.
Victorious in his Bellator kickboxing debut.
Take a look at this record, 57-9. 27-4 is great, but that's a lot of experience.
Let's officially get things started with the introductions from Buddy Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Foro Italico, Rome, Italy. Bellator Kickboxing on Paramount Network presents 3 3-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. Now we introduce first the blue corner, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighing officially at 198.9 pounds or 90.4 kilograms. As a professional, his career stands 57 victories against 9 defeats. From Casapulla, Caserta, Italy, presenting Raffaele Spartacus Vitale. Now, across the ring in the red corner, at 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighing at 199.7 pounds or 90.8 kilograms. A career 27 victories against 4 defeats. Fighting out of Rome, Italy, Mattia Faraoni. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Dan Mergliata.
Dan Mergliata, our referee, for our first fight of the night, Bellator Kickboxing from Rome, Italy. Raffaele Vitale and Mattia Faraoni. Here we go. Faraoni in the red gloves, Vitale in the blue gloves. Both men making their Bellator kickboxing debuts.
Very nice right hand landed by Vitale, but there was a big shot right back.
Vitale in the blue, 3-time K1 Global Kickboxing Champion, as I mentioned. 2-time Italian National Muay Thai Champion. They clinch. In the clinch in kickboxing, you gotta stay busy. And you can only stay busy for so long.
Only for 5 seconds. In Bellator kickboxing, if you clinch, you must immediately be offensive and be damaging your opponent with that offense.
Which is why Dan broke him up immediately there.
Exactly. He's not engaging. He's holding, but not throwing an offensive attack.
Faraoni with 12 career knockouts. 12 of his 27 wins. A high kick on the spin.
That just missed its mark, but it did land, and it landed solid. Nice axe kicks.
And the knee inside. He had the head kick, then the axe kick. And that is his power. You talked to me about it, his kicks.
It is. His kicks are what he does well, and he does them at length to keep his opponent off of him, and he keeps that opponent from coming into him based upon him landing those kicks.
Faraoni, 3-time Italian National Kickboxing Champion.
You can see how light he likes to keep his front foot because he keeps you thinking that, you know what, that next one's coming. You can take a look at the right side of Vitale, Mike, and you see those marks. That's what that is. That leg is just popping out. Those kicks are landing, and they're having some effect on Vitale.
3 3-minute rounds in this catchweight fight, 200 pounds. 57 career wins for Spartacus in the blue gloves. Raffaele Vitale. 28-2 amateur record. And he's trying to score some points here late in the round. Southpaw stance now for Faraoni.
As he just switches over to orthodox, but that is that leg attack. He's setting his stance up depending upon what leg attack he's looking to land on Vitali.
Spins with a low kick, eats a right hand. Final seconds of the round. Spinning back kick, John, you said it was very close to landing.
It was, look at, boom. Right there, the difference is the length of the leg and where it hit. If that had hit with the heel, you're not gonna stand up. It hit with the side of the leg and the calf. That's why Vitali was able to march through it.
Round two. Blue gloves for Rafaela Vitali. Red gloves for Mattia Faraoni.
The real difference you're seeing in this, Faraoni is very good at distance, and keeping Vitali off is what he wants to do. Vitali's doing the better work when they get inside. He's a better clinch worker than Faraoni is, and he's able to land knees, and that's where he wants to do some of his work.
Started karate at a young age. Faraoni made his pro boxing debut in 2015. Trained both kickboxing and boxing starting at age 15.
And I love when you see a guy utilizing spinning techniques that are actually attacking the legs also, because then as the opponent, when you see that spin, you're always bringing your defense up high, and it lands in your legs and it numbs your legs. It's a horrible feeling.
Spin just missed, and they clinch and work.
And you
gotta be careful of that elbow.
Yeah, and you can see when Vitali gets that clinch, he's able to push Faraoni's head out into the side, and you cannot attack when you're in that position. So he's dominating those positions. He wants to get inside. That's where he can do his best work.
Vitali, 2011 Muay Thai world champion, two-time Italian national Muay Thai champion, and the axe kick. And I bring that up, John, because he almost threw a Muay Thai elbow a second ago.
He did, and that is illegal in Bellator kickboxing. You cannot land with the elbow. No spinning back elbows. You can do the spinning back fist, but the glove has got to be what lands.
Past the midway point of this three-round fight. Vitali owns his own gym. He's his own trainer. He also loves training his students.
It's an interesting fight just by the contrast of styles, and one guy wanting to do one thing while the other is trying to do something completely the opposite, and it's who is going to be able to continue to do their style is who's going to win this fight.
Caught him with a spin.
And he caught him with the glove.
Yep, missed him with the lead left, caught him with the spin on the right. 30 seconds. One-point deduction there, John.
Big thing that he's doing is, if you're gonna be in the clinch and you're gonna hold, you have to be offensive. Faraoni is holding in the clinch, but he's not being offensive, and that's why Dan Miragliotta took the point.
Mike Goldberg, Big John McCarthy.
There's that spinning back fist, lands. Hook attempt after, but this right here, when you're seeing the clinch work, the Vitali, that's a beautiful axe kick to the top of the head. The difference in this fight for Vitali is his ability, that's the one that landed clean on the back fist. The difference is the clinch work. He is taking and moving. He's moving the Faraoni in positions where Faraoni is just holding instead of being offensive. He's got to be offensive in that clinch work if he's gonna hold like he is right now.
Fans, check out BellatorShop.com today for brand new gear. Kimbo Slice bobbleheads, international shipping, and much more. Third and final round. Red gloves for Mattia Faraoni. Spartacus and his 57 career wins. Rafaela Vitali in the blue. Now the point deduction came from the non-activity of clinch work, Big John, which is like stalling, basically.
That's the way Dan's looking at it. If both fighters are going to put their hands over and hold, then you need to be looking to be offensive. If you are just holding and not throwing any offense out there, he's saying you're holding, that's illegal.
So we saw the point deduction in round number 2. Teep to the midsection.
Yeah, that one hurt.
And again, Bellator kickboxing rules, you must immediately be busy in the clinch, and you only have a certain time in the clinch, even if you are busy.
Exactly. You have up to 5 seconds to be offensive and hitting with what the referee is looking at is scoring or damaging shots.
Taking a look at the right arm of Mattia Raoni. The fight continues. In our three-minute round fights, if there is a draw after the 15 minutes, we will have a sudden victory round. The lead head kick.
You can see Vitali is actually being verbal as he's attacking that body.
The judges utilizing the 10-point must system. Prioritize criterion that values knockdowns, impact on the opponent, and clean scoring strikes.
It's not MMA. You cannot hit to the back in any way. You've got to let that opponent turns. You cannot attack them.
This is turned into just a good old-fashioned scrap.
This is exactly the fight that you know that Vitali wants. He wants this grinding, just nasty brawl. He's the guy that is the bull in this. Raoni is the technician. He's that long distance fighter, but right now, he's not having his way in this fight.
Went down hard. Good knees in the clinch by Vitali.
And again, it's the lack of knowledge in the clinch that's causing Raoni problems in this fight.
The fight goes the distance. Back with the official decision when we return to Italy. The official decision is in. Here is Buddy Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout goes the distance, 3 rounds, and we go to your judges' decision. Brian Miner and Derek Clary scores the bout 29-27, and Todd Anderson scores the bout 28-28, declaring your winner by majority decision, Raffaele Vitali.
Raffaele Vitali comes away with unanimous decision victory for his 58th career victory, his first as a Bellator kickboxer. Our tail of the tape for this flyweight fight, Gloria Paratori and Martina Micheletto.
What you'll see, the big difference here is that height and the reach. That height of Micheletto, she utilizes it. We'll see if she can keep Gloria to the outside.
With the official introductions, Buddy Johnson.
Bellator Kickboxing on Paramount Network from Rome, Italy presents 3 3-minute rounds in the flyweight division. Now we introduce first the blue corner, a former Bellator flyweight world title challenger at 124.7 pounds or 56.7 kilograms. As a professional, 16 victories to 4 defeats and a single draw. From Tuscany, Florence, Italy, presenting Gloria the Shadow Paratori. And now introducing the red corner, her official weight 124.7 pounds or 56.7 kilograms with 23 victories against 11 defeats and 3 draws. From Aosta, Italy, introducing Martina Micheletto. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Dave Smith. Dr. Dave Smith.
Dr. Dave Smith, our referee.
Had to get that doctor part in.
Well, probably a lot of med school.
If you're going to go to med school, you got to get that doctor.
Absolutely. And if you do that time, you deserve the title.
That's it.
Ready? Let's go.
Here we go. Martina Micheletto, the southpaw in the red gloves. Orthodox fighter Gloria Paratori in the blue gloves.
She landed a really good left hook there, but Gloria did exactly what I've seen her do before. She just walked through it and tried to score her own. The big thing for Gloria is she's got to counter on the attacks that Micheletto brings. If you sit there and just defend, you're going to end up just losing this fight based upon her controlling the action. Nice.
Oh, big shot.
Off balance.
Off balance, so not a knockdown, but still a good punch landed.
It was.
By Martina Micheletto.
You can see the respect already that Gloria's giving Martine based upon what Martine is bringing to the table. All those kicks, that shot. Gloria right now is trying to calm down, figure out how am I going to attack this girl and be successful.
They tie up, try to work in the clinch here early. Winner of a couple of straight fights prior to that battle against Denise Kielholtz for Paratori. 2 victories inside the Bellator kickboxing ring. Second time we've seen Martina in Bellator kickboxing, her first fight in Torino, the title fight with Denise Kielholtz.
Martine is doing exactly what she likes to do. She's controlling the center of that ring. She's bringing her attacks when she wants, because right now Gloria is still not real sure about what she can do to get inside on Martine.
Micheletto began her training in kickboxing at age 18, competed as a sprinter for 8 years, has done a lot of Muay Thai, couple of world championships in Muay Thai. Nice leg kick.
And that's what I'm talking about from Gloria. If she's going to have that attack come against her, she needs to respond with an offensive attack off of it. Nice left hook over the top.
And for Micheletto, you don't, John, see a lot of women in this division with this type of height.
Yeah, she is very tall for this division. You know, when she was fighting Denise Kielholtz, it looked like, you know,
right,
2 different weight classes based upon height, but Denise is a lot stronger, and she's able to get inside, and that's where she was finally able to be successful. But to get inside on Micheletto is not an easy thing to do.
Final seconds of round number 1. 2 of the top title challengers in Bellator kickboxing today. Big John, who do you give round 1 to?
Round 1, no doubt, goes to Micheletto. She's the one that controlled the distance. Look at that. That's that knockdown, but you saw that Paratori was on 1 leg. That's why the referee doesn't count that as a knockdown.
Gloria Paratori practiced team handball as a youngster in Sicily, fighting out of Tuscany, Florence now. 4th time inside the Bellator kickboxing ring. Just missed with that spin.
She did, but at least she's trying that attack, because what she has to do is figure out, how am I going to counter? She's looking at that distance and figuring out when she's going to make that move inside so she can land her attacks, and it's going to take her a little bit of time to figure it out, but she's got to do it, and that's what she's trying to accomplish.
In these striking disciplines, you have your K1, you have your Glory. Some rules are the same, of course. John, Muay Thai is very different. Gloria pointed out that she has always fought under kickboxing rules. That's an advantage when you're kickboxing like the women are right now.
It is, because actually Martine came from Muay Thai, and when you get used to the activity of the clinch and the use of the elbows inside, All of those things are now tools that are basically taken away from you, so you almost feel like I don't get to do what I know how to do, and that sometimes can play in your mind while the other person is basing their attacks and doing what they do. You've got to just say, I know what I can do, here's my attack. And right now you're seeing Gloria starting to change that distance and the person that's controlling the distance right now.
Gloria Paratori, Italian national kickboxing champion. Worked a full-time job for many years in the fashion marketing industry, but left her job and trains full-time. Wants to be a world champion.
And Gloria is doing exactly what we were talking about, Mike. She is now establishing the distance. She is creating that motion inside. She's not just giving room like she is right now, but she's the one that's actually bringing it to Martina in the fight, and that's what she has to do if she wants to get this win.
Paratori in the blue gloves, Micheletto in the red gloves. Paratori said now training full-time, better conditioning, better power, faster. Punches will be better than her last fight. And she is very unpredictable.
She is, but the one thing she has to do is start setting her feet. She is setting her feet when she's throwing, and sometimes she's getting off balance by it, but set your feet and throw, and then move your feet off of that action. That's what's going to set you up for that next combination.
Even Martina made the point when talking about this matchup that Gloria has always fought under the kickboxing rules. And a good round two for the Shadow. Getting set for our third and final round. Throw out a congratulations to Julia Budd, defending her title in Bellator MMA one night ago. Gloria Paratori, blue gloves. Martina Micheletto, the southpaw, in the red gloves. Third and final round. Once again, I will mention, though, if we have a draw after a three-round fight, there will be a sudden victory round.
Both girls utilizing a high guard, trying to keep their heads in position. And coming inside is Gloria Paratori. She is trying to bring this fight into the range that she can be successful with. It's not easy when you have that long length that you're faced with of Micheletto, because she's got that big, just straight out jab that's keeping you off balance. She hits with a front teep kick. It's not easy to get past that. But right there, when that teep kick comes out and it goes down, you've got to attack.
Micheletto, trained by her fiance. They've been engaged the last 7 years. Waited a long time for this matchup and this fight. Under 2 minutes on the clock.
That was a good job of Paratori trying to go to the body, but they're dipping their heads down in this, a little bit of a head clash. But Paratori is trying to go after her and closing that distance fast.
Winner of 6 of her last 7 fights. The only setback for Martina Micheletto was that title fight against Denise Kielholtz back in April of 2017. Paratori staying very busy here.
She is, and Micheletto's doing the right thing of it. She's gonna come inside. Let me start landing this jab and let me laterally move myself out of that range. So all of her aggression is gonna work against her.
Close fight.
It is a close fight. Both girls are landing good shots. They're both fighting exactly the way they need to fight to be the victor in this. Gloria has made it in her mind. She's not backing up from her anymore.
Gloria Paratori made a nice adjustment at the start of round number 2. She has continued to fight in that fashion here in round number 3.
And it was that adjustment of saying, I can't stay on the outside. This girl's gonna pick me apart. I need to figure out my footwork and my timing to come inside and do my work.
Martina looked for the spin. Two very good athletes, one a former team handball player, the other a sprinter for 8 years. And it's gonna be a sprint to the finish here.
It is, man. They're both putting a lot of energy and a lot of shots out. I think we have a low blow.
Yeah. And right back at it. Final seconds of the fight. They go to the distance. Will it be Micheletto or Paratori? Our official decision is coming up next. These flyweights go the distance. The official decision is in, and here is Buddy Johnson.
3 rounds, and we go to your judges' decision. Judge Dan Mergliotta and Derek Cleary scored about 29-28, and Sal D'Amato scores about 30-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Martina Micheletto.
First victory inside the Bellator kickboxing ring for Martina Micheletto in a very close fight against Gloria Paratori. Our tail of the tape, Bolanos 11-1, taking on the former featherweight title challenger. 2-year difference in age and a slight reach advantage for Domenico Lamorno.
Bellator Kickboxing on Paramount Network now is set for 3 3-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Now we introduce first the blue corner. At 144.7 pounds or 65.8 kilograms, he holds a professional record, 31 wins to 8 defeats, fighting out of Bari, Italy, presenting Domenico the Stone Lamorno. And now we introduce the red corner. At 145.2 pounds or 66 kilograms even, a professional record, 11 victories against a single defeat. He fights out of Dublin, California, Gaston, the Dream Killer Bolanos. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Brian Miner.
Brian Miner, our referee for this marquee matchup at 145 inside the Bellator kickboxing ring. Gaston Bolanos and Domenico Lamorno. Here we go. Red gloves for Lima, Peru-born Gaston Bolanos, Italy's Domenico Lamorno in the blue gloves.
One of the things you'll notice about Domenico Lamorno, he'll come out with his hands very high, but he's very square, which makes him available to be punched by a guy that creates angles like Gaston Bolanos.
And interesting you say that, Big John, because Bolanos came out immediately with that right tee.
He did. He went straight to the middle, and that's when a guy is square, hey, that's where I'm going to attack him.
When the hands are high, the midsection is open.
Yep. And you can see the basic difference in their stance. Look at, you'll see that Gaston Bolanos blades himself a lot more than Domenico Lamorno does.
And when you say blades himself,
when I say blades himself, that means that he's actually utilizing his footwork and his stance to create an area that he knows that you can't go to one side. You're going to come with an attack to an open side of him, and he is waiting for that attack.
A couple of minutes into this 3-round fight. Longtime training partner of our featherweight champion, Kevin Ross, who will defend his title later tonight against Gabriel Varga. Nice leg kick by Bolanos.
And you saw that that leg kick came off of the use of his hands before, which made it, when that leg kick came out, Domenico had his hands up high, and that's why that leg kick landed so solidly.
3-time Italian national kickboxing champion, Domenico the Stone Lamorno, expects a much better version of himself, and obviously wants that rematch with Bolanos' teammate, Kevin Ross. I'm sure Kevin watching his training partner from the locker room right now very closely. Going to be a great main event. Giorgio Petrosian still ahead as well. Mike Goldberg, Big John McCarthy, Bellator Kickboxing from Rome, Italy.
There's that nice spinning attack. You saw that spinning back kick right there. Those are the things that Gaston Bolanos does, and does so well.
Body kick lands. Bolanos with multiple strikes, just avoiding damage there.
Yep, just an inch off, but that's what you want to be if you're Bolanos. He's got, you know, Bolanos is working MMA, and he understands the clinch very well. There's a difference between clinch work in MMA and kickboxing, but when you're not used to it, compared to the way both guys are, with Bolanos being a guy that works it a lot, he's going to be more effective there.
Final seconds of round number 1. Bolanos, orthodox stance, but switches back and forth very smoothly. Round 2. Red gloves for Bolanos, blue gloves for Lamorno.
I think the big difference you're going to see is right now, Bolanos is much more comfortable with what he's seeing out of Lamorno than what Lamorno is seeing with Bolanos. He's not confident right now. He's not sure of what attacks are going to come. He's trying to be effective, and I like what I'm seeing out of him with that high guard, but he's getting hit with shots that he's not expecting.
And John, you pointed out certainly an advantage when your teammate goes through a full training camp to take on an opponent in Domenico Lamorno, which is your opponent here tonight. So you want to talk about scouting this guy? They have scouted him week after week after week.
And you're saying it exactly right. That is a huge advantage when your teammate has been in that ring for 5 rounds with this guy. He can give you such information about where this guy's strong, what he likes to counter with. That's just huge.
Bolanos victorious in Torino in his debut inside the Bellator kickboxing ring. Suffered a 3rd-degree MCL tear before the fight, muscled through it, and defeated an Italian in Italy, and had previously fought all of his matches in Muay Thai.
Yeah, he's become a 3-sport athlete when you're looking at it. Muay Thai, kickboxing, and MMA. And that is not easy to do. That is so difficult. To be successful at all of them is really saying something about him.
A slip, not a knockdown, and we continue. Bolanos, obviously very close with his teammate, the champion, but also said he is excited to be on the same card as Giorgio Petrosian, his favorite fighter of all time. The spin from Lamorno that time.
Yeah, and he's doing a really nice job of trying to negate what Bolanos is doing, taking the kick but then countering, sometimes coming in the clinch, but always trying to counter some type of offense off of what Bolanos is doing. That was a little bit off target.
.45 seconds on the clock here in round number 2.
See, when he captures that leg, he has, in Bellator kickboxing, he's got 1 second to do something offensively, or he's got to let that leg go.
Good counter by Domenico Lamorno. And Brian Miner will break him.
Getting a little bit of head clashing inside. We've seen it about 3 times now. Hopefully nobody gets cut off of any of that.
Lamorno grew up in a quiet neighborhood in Italy, liked soccer a lot. 8 knockouts amongst his 31 wins. Good pace here late. Getting set for our 3rd and final round. How do you score it so far, partner?
You know, honestly, I think I have it 1 round apiece. I thought Bolanos absolutely easily took the 1st round and was dominating the action. But I like what I saw out of Lamorno and what he did to counter what occurred in round 1, and he started to attack, and he's being successful.
Bolanos moved to the United States, right to California from Peru at age 13.
Lamorno just got hurt. He got hurt inside with that big uppercut. It hit him solid, and he's a little shaken.
And Bolanos trying to take advantage of that. Next two fights scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds.
Good step through by Bolanos on that spinning back. He saw it, he stepped forward, which is going to make that spinning back fist be off target and miss.
Bolanos looking to move to 2-0 inside the Bellator kickboxing ring. Little toss there.
That's not quite what we do in kickboxing anymore, but that's okay. That's a little MMA.
We saw that a little bit earlier tonight.
Exactly. Still very impressed with Lamorno coming forward. He knows I can't stay on the outside with this guy. I need to get into him. It's the only way I'm going to be successful, and he's working at doing it, but he's taking some big shots in trying to get there.
The speed of Gaston Bolanos is always a factor, something Lamorno talked about, something that he said he needed to counter, and of course always be aware of those spinning techniques.
You see that holding technique of taking that glove and holding that head and pushing and turning him. You're going to see that later on tonight when you watch Giorgio Petrosian and how he turns guys into attacks.
One of the greatest of all time, the legend, fighting here inside Foro Italico on Paramount Network. Minute left in this one, and a very close fight. No surprise that Bolanos has earned his 3 victories, all by a TKO finish in round number 1 inside the Bellator MMA cage.
Yeah, and the one thing I'd want to see out of Bolanos right now, he's looking good with his hands, but if your hands are lighting him up like that, then finish it off with a kick, because that kick is going to be open. There you go.
Good call, partner. And a heavy one in that. 30 seconds remains in this fight. Gaston Bolanos had his first fight at age 12.
That left hook to the body hurt. That was a big shot, and it did damage. Lamorno is hurt from that body shot.
And you can see him with that right elbow.
Yep.
Trying to cover. Left elbow looking for it as well.
And you saw Bolanos go right back to that left hook to the body.
Big 3rd round for the Dream Killer. Will it be the Dream Killer or the Stone? We are back with our official decision. This is Bellator Kickboxing on Paramount Network. They go the distance, and John, the spin was there.
Look at the knee to the body inside. That is a big blow. Spinning back fist. Look at that land just perfectly. That's where you look at Bolanos and know he's got so much skill in being able to attack in that fashion and do it so fast.
To make this fight official, here is Buddy Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout goes the distance, 3 rounds, and we go to the decision. Our judges, Dave Smith, Chris Lee, and Todd Anderson, all scored about 30-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Gaston, the Dream Killer, Bolanos.
Congratulations to Gaston Bolanos, a victor tonight here in Italy. Our co-main event of the evening. 32-year-old Giorgio Petrosian, 24-year-old Alazov, and yeah, look at those combined victories, partner.
It's incredible when you look at the victories of those two guys. You can't go any farther than the records. It says it all.
You got to give me one, though. The height is virtually identical. Buddy Johnson.
Bellator Kickboxing on Paramount Network now brings you a feature presentation set for 5 3-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Now we introduce first the blue corner. Standing 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in officially 152.9 pounds or 69.5 kilograms. As a professional, 60 victories, 34 by knockouts against 2 defeats and 1 no contest. He fights out of Minsk, Belarus, presenting Chingiz Chinga Alazov. And now across the ring in the red corner, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, with an official weight 152.7 pounds or 69.4 kilograms. A career 87 victories, 38 by knockout, 2 defeats, and 1 no contest. Fighting out of Gorizia, Italy, presenting Giorgio, the Dr. Petrosian. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Dan Mergliotta.
Dan Mergliotta, our referee for Petrosian. This is his first fight in Rome since winning the Glory title back in 2012.
They're even trying to get the advantage now in the stare down.
38 career knockouts for the Dr. Giorgio Petrosian. 34 career knockouts for Chingiz Alazov. Chinga, we are underway. Red gloves for the southpaw Petrosian. Blue gloves for Alazov.
And the one thing you'll notice with Petrosian, he has got a laser left hand that comes straight down the pipe. He will do that continuously throughout the fight.
Kicks and knees. You and I were speaking at dinner last night, Big Johnny. You just said, Goldie, he's just good at everything.
He is, but his opponent, you know, it's so hard when you look at it when you're someone like Petrosian. You're sitting at the top of the mountain for so long, and it's just these guys coming at you, but then eventually you're going to see that one guy, and that is Chingiz Alazov. He's the guy that you go, oh, that guy's different. He's going to be trouble.
Much like our main event still to come, this fight has also been one a long time in the making. Alazov trying to put together an early combination.
And that was a good combination, and that's what you will see out of Alazov. He will throw multiple shot combinations. Big right kick there. He hits with power all the time.
Utilizes great angles. Said there's no safe place for my opponents. Maybe a little bit of an accidental touch of the heads. The fight continues. This is a 5-round fight. Giorgio Petrosian started in the Muay Thai era of Ramon Decker and Rob Kamen and Karoon. He said to become a champion, you have to be hungry and willing to make the sacrifices.
And that's what's so hard to continue to do when you, again, you sat at the top. You've got to come up with these things that motivate you. You cannot sit there and just say, oh, I'm the best, and so everyone's going to fall to me. They're all going to come at you hungry and motivated, so you've got to be motivated.
Dedicated to becoming a fighter at age 11, at which time Petrosian was told he was too small. Guess those guys were wrong.
Yeah, I think they were wrong.
Then again, Michael Jordan didn't make the basketball team in high school either.
It all comes down to, you know, it ain't the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
You got that right.
That man has got it.
And both men here tonight, willing to trade, willing to score. And definitely, when you talk about Alazov, he will take one to give one.
And the one thing that I'm noticing out of just this first round is Petrosian normally about mid-round starts to figure out the attack of his opponent and starts to elevate his attack, and he has not done that yet. Oh!
Big knockdown for Giorgio Petrosian. And it came very late in the round. That was huge.
That was a big knockdown and takes the round 10-8. That's a huge difference. Boom, there's a shot that puts him down. It was a combination, but that one that goes off the top of the head, that's the difference in this round right here. That takes the round for the Dr. Petrosian. In the early part of the round, you saw where Alazov was hitting him with clean shots, but that big knockdown, that's what they're looking for.
And that is a big difference when scoring a fight. That is much different than damaging strikes, volume of strikes, which of course are important.
Yep.
But the knockdown
is
the big
run.
hit. Yep.
These guys know I do not want to have my butt, my glove, any part of my body touch that canvas.
And it came very late in the round. Petrosian looking for his 88th career win. It's amazing that he has not fought here in Rome since 2012.
You saw that left hand, that left kick come over the top. That is dangerous, and that's not something most people can do.
What a confidence builder for Giorgio Petrosian, who you would think would have no lack of confidence, but John, back in his locker room, he definitely knew the magnitude of the opponent that he was facing tonight.
He did, and I talked to the referee who went in the back to talk to him, and he said, you know what, he seemed a little bit tight, a little bit nervous, while his opponent was actually really happy and feeling good about this fight, and that's the pressure that comes with being the guy. You've got to come out and perform all the time, and that, you know, right here, 15 minutes, you got to perform because you don't get to do it again for a long time.
Alazov switching his stance back and forth. Petrosian, the very natural southpaw, and blocked that right head kick. Eight-time K1 World Max veteran, two-time K1 World Max World Champion. And they love him here in Italy. Grew up in a rough area, which is now Armenia, but man, a legend here in Italy, lives in northern Italy, enjoys his life. Giorgio Petrosian with a lead. Left jab that scores.
Both guys are scoring with their shots. That left leg kick that Chingas is throwing has got a lot of power on it, man. It is hitting solid. And when you see a guy throw a right leg kick and then a right hand off of it, that is an unusual technique. Not everyone can do that because you're off balance. But Chingas has got great balance and can do it just incredibly well. Another good combination by the doctor. Petrosian starting to pick it up.
He did so at the end of round one. And again here at the end of round two.
Watch this sequence. There's that left kick, right hand, left kick over the top. You're going to get that type of sequence where you're looking for these guys to open up, and that's what Chingas is doing.
Mike Goldberg, Big John McCarthy. Great to be here. The eternal city of Rome, Italy, where gladiatorial combat began. 3 of a potential 5 rounds between Petrosian and Alazov.
One of the things you really saw in that last round, Petrosian is starting to do what we call his lean back. Chingas is throwing combinations. He's just leaning back, waiting, and then bringing his offensive attack counter back forward. He does that so well and is so effective with it.
In any combat sport, you really want your opponent to just miss, because then you can counter immediately.
Exactly. You don't want the big miss. You want it to be just that ½ off. You get that ½ inch, that means that you can move that little bit of an inch forward and yours is going to land.
And that is something Petrosian is absolutely spectacular at.
He's got hit with a good combination there because he's trying to move forward and attack. He's trying to pick his spots, but Alazov is so busy in his attacks and so busy coming forward at you, he creates a lot of problems that are hard to deal with.
With the southpaw, I mentioned earlier about the jab with the left, that's a cross, of course, and again, you don't see the jab a lot, at least right now with Petrosyan, because he's scoring with that cross.
That left hand that he brings straight down the pipe, it is a laser when he launches it. It's accurate, it's hard, and he just pinpoints the location where he wants it to land.
Nicknamed the Doctor because he surgically demolishes his opponents. Chinga, when your name is Chingiz, that's a little easier to figure out. Well, actually, they both are. Yeah. When you look at the fighting career of Giorgio Petrosyan. How does Alazov get himself back in this fight?
Alazov has got to start taking different angular approaches. He's going straight ahead with Petrosyan. Petrosyan's the guy that's turning the corner on him. If Petrosyan's turning the corner, Petrosyan's winning. You've got to make Petrosyan start to make mistakes and have to go backwards. You do that, you have a chance against him, but that is not easy to do.
Born in Georgia, grew up in Belarus, fighting out of Minsk, Belarus. 60 victories for 25-year-old Chingiz Alazov. 28-fight win streak on the line against the legend Petrosyan. Final 10 seconds. Man, at the end of every round, Petrosyan really turns it on. Give me your scorecard, Big John.
Right now, I have Petrosyan ahead on this, and he's ahead by a big distance, especially with that knockdown in round one.
The end of round one, Petrosyan with the knockdown of Chingiz Alazov. Round four. Petrosyan, 32 years old, a professional since 2002. Fronty, the former bricklayer. Alazov, very powerful, very fearless, trying to find some angles in which he can score.
You're exactly right, Mike, as he's looking at it, but that's what happens. He keeps on getting hit with that counter right hand, and he can't stop it.
Alazov, K1 super middleweight champion, 14-time Republic of Belarus national Muay Thai champion. Getting overwhelmed here, though, by the legendary Doctor, Giorgio Petrosyan.
And they're both so good, and you know how good Alazov is, and you know what he brings. And to watch someone systematically just pick him apart in parts of this fight just goes to show you how incredible Petrosyan is as a kickboxer.
So many notable wins for Giorgio Petrosyan. The couple against Andy Sauer come to mind.
Got a cut on the left eye, Mike. I think that happened due to an accidental clash of their heads.
Man, they love him here in Italy.
Well, they definitely say something when they see something clean land. There's that lean back that he tries to utilize. He leans back and then comes with his counter, and he's just that whole part of just making you miss by that half inch, and he's leaning forward, and he knows he's closing that gap, and his is going to land.
Minute left in round number 4. Petrosyan, between March of 2007 and November of 2013, went on a 42-fight win streak. 6 years unbeaten. Holds the leg for a moment, tries to return.
Yeah, that's exactly what's legal. He can catch that leg and he throws that left hand off of it. That's what they're wanting to see, offense.
Again, different than Muay Thai where you can hold for a much longer period of time.
Yes.
And look for a potential trip as well. The Mark Delagrati special.
Just these little elements that Petrosian is so clean with. It is just fascinating to watch a guy in a fight that can pick a guy apart with such precision.
So you're saying his precision is precise?
Something like that.
Somebody said that. Getting set for our 5th and final round. Red gloves, Giorgio Petrosian. Blue gloves, Chingiz Alazov. Last loss for Belarus's Alazov, January 25th, 2014. Gonna have to do something special here to keep that win streak alive.
I think Alazov is going to have to stop him in this round if he's going to get a win tonight, because Petrosian has been just surgeon-like in his ability to pick Alazov apart with beautiful straight left hands, great counter rights, just an incredible performance so far.
Petrosian looking to go to 3-0 inside the Bellator kickboxing ring. Kept a good pace, both fighters have, throughout this 25-minute, or pardon me, this 5-round, 15-minute fight. Under 2 minutes now.
And you can see just by what you're seeing there, you know, they're not doing a lot, and that is because of Petrosian. Alazov is a guy that comes forward and throws a ton of techniques at his opponent, but he's a little bit bewildered right now about what to do to land on Petrosian.
Petrosian only finished once in his entire career. He's only lost twice, by Andy Risty in Glory, New York City, back in November of 2013.
Just tried an outside hook kick to try to land something, and that, you know, that's that variety of techniques that he throws, that he's trying everything that he knows how to do just to catch Giorgio with a hard shot.
Just over a minute to try to pull it off. Off the forearms, but that never feels great.
It looks cool, but man, it hurts.
Under a minute.
People sitting at home watch this and they'll see a kick go off of someone's forearm and they think, oh, he blocked it. And inside, what's happening with that fighter is, I can't feel my arm anymore. It hurts like that, and it is devastating to block a kick with your arm.
Or if you're Randy Couture, it's broken.
Yeah, there you go.
Petrosian looking to close this out in style.
Nice counterattack by Petrosian there. Alazov is going after him. He's trying everything he knows how to do.
Big John, you told me I was in for a treat. You weren't lying, my friend.
Both these guys are so good. That little technique of that knee right there, just incredible.
They go the distance. Our official decision of this 5-round fight is coming up next.
We're going to look at a replay here. This is the brilliance of Petrosyan. That shot right there puts him on his butt. He was a little off balance, but it was clean shots that put him down. Look at that beautiful right hook over the top. That laser left hand that comes in followed by a knee. This is what makes Petrosyan so difficult to fight. It's all of these counters that he throws and these crisp, clean shots inside. There's the clash of heads. That is what opened up Alizov over that eye. But it's those techniques that makes Petrosyan who he is.
The official decision is in, and here is Buddy Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen, this feature presentation goes the distance 5 rounds, and we go to your judges. Brian Minor scores about 50-44. Chris Lee, 49-45. And Sal Diamato scores about 49-45, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Giorgio Petrosyan.
Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening.
You know, as you say, Goldie, the only difference is the experience of Kevin Ross if you look at that record. But Gabriel Varga, with the championships he's won, it equalizes out, so everything else is virtually identical.
You're not really allowed to say that, but I'm cool with it because you're an awesome partner. I just want you to know that. All right, let's get the official introductions from Buddy Johnson. I won't sue you or anything.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bellator Kickboxing on Paramount Network presents the main event of the evening. We are set for 5 3-minute rounds for the featherweight world title. Sanctioned by the International Sport Kickboxing Association with President Corey Schaefer at ringside. Now first, we introduce the blue corner, the challenger, a 2-division 10-time kickboxing world champion, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, and official weight 145 pounds, even, or 65.9 kilograms, holding a professional record of 15 career wins against 6 defeats. He hails from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, but fights out of Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, presenting Gabriel Varga. And now across the ring, we introduce your champion in the red corner, a 5-time Bellator veteran, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, an official weight 144.8 pounds, or 65.8 kilograms, holding a professional record 33 victories, 16 by knockouts against 10 defeats, hailing from Reading, Pennsylvania, and fighting out of Dublin, California, presenting the defending featherweight world champion, the Soul Assassin, Kevin Ross. But as main event begins, your referee in charge, Dr. Dave Smith.
Dr. Dave Smith, our referee. The champion, Kevin Ross. The challenger, Gabriel Varga. Fight scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. And in the minds of both these men and many kickboxing fans around the world, the wait is finally over. Almost.
Almost. Just a little drink of water. Thank you.
Here we go. Kevin Ross in the red gloves. Gabriel Varga in the blue gloves. Tell me what we should look at and look for early, partner.
Well, the thing that you're going to see out of Kevin Ross is Kevin creates angles. He is always moving. He's always creating openings. Varga is a guy who comes down the middle with straight shots, but they're heavy shots at times, and he is fast. What you want to see out of Kevin Ross is movement, foot movement, and when he can kick, hide those kicks behind the hands. If you're Varga, you want to make sure that you are always keeping those angles closed off. Don't let Kevin dictate where the fight occurs.
Both men, so much success in their careers, much more experience in kickboxing for Kevin Ross. 37-year-old champion, 33-year-old challenger.
You know, you're right about the experience, but a lot of, Kevin's experience is off of Muay Thai.
Yes.
And Muay Thai is a different form of fighting than kickboxing. The ability to utilize different tools that Kevin is used to utilizing and being able to use those elbows and use those knees in the clinch for a long period of time and keeping that attack going. It's different here at Bellator Kickboxing.
If it wasn't for Muay Thai in his early 20s, Kevin Ross said, honestly, he doesn't think he'd still be around. He was hanging out in Vegas with the wrong crowd, not doing the right things, found a love for the art of 8 limbs, and has persevered for many years since. Born in Reading, Pennsylvania, moved to Vegas in 1994. Varga, born in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, now fighting out of Victoria, British Columbia.
And what you're seeing there, oh, he's hurt. He is hurt. Varga's got him into trouble right now, and Kevin's taking big shots.
Looking to finish early.
This is where Varga does have power.
It is all over, just like that. We have a new champion.
That was big power, and that's what I was talking about with Varga. He does have these straight, hard shots, and if he connects, he's gonna hurt you, and that's what he did to Kevin Ross.
Third career knockout for Gabriel Varga, and it comes in this title fight.
Knee inside, look at that left hook. That wobbles, you can see his legs doing the funky chicken there. It comes up with a knee, again with a left hook. That doesn't hurt him, but the straight shots coming through the middle. Opens him up, pushes him back, left hook, boom. That puts him in a place where he cannot respond. That right hand hits him. Kevin Ross is in trouble. Varga closes it out. The referee has to stop it based upon Kevin not being able to defend himself.
Gabriel Varga earns his 6th Kickboxing World Championship. He is the new Bellator welterweight kickboxing world champ. We will make things official when we come back. Congratulations, Gabriel Varga. To make it official, here is Buddy Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee, Dr. Dave Smith, called a stoppage to this bout at 2 minutes and 9 seconds into round number 1, declaring your winner by TKO and your new Bellator Kickboxing Featherweight Champion of the World, Gabriel Varga.
Gabriel Varga will visit with Big John McCarthy. He is now owner of 6 kickboxing world titles. What a moment.
Congratulations, Gabriel Varga. You just beat an outstanding champion in Kevin Ross. How did you feel when you landed that left hook to start that series?
It felt good, you know, when you're fighting somebody of this guy's skill level. If you can see that you hurt them a little bit, I mean, I didn't want to get too excited, but inside I was just overjoyed because I've never seen him be hurt, and it's a little bit intimidating to fight somebody like that.
I don't blame you for being intimidated. Kevin Ross has put on some incredible fights in his career. What now do you think that you want to do as the Bellator champion? Who's the guy that's out there that you want to face?
Oh man, I don't know. There's so many great fighters. You know, I'll talk to Bellator, see what they think for an opponent in the future. If you know, like we said, Kevin is an amazing champion. I've been watching him for 10 years. If you know, they talk to Bellator, they want to do it again. He wants to do a rematch, win a fight or two, and come back. I'd love to do it with him again because he's just a champion.
Well, in talking with your trainer before the fight, he told me, he goes, look, Gabriel's a different fighter. I'm telling you, he's back. He's blasting people. Do you feel like you've reached a new level?
This was a good camp. You know, you as a pro fighter go through ups and downs, and my first Bellator fight was disappointing. You know, just adjusting to the European time difference threw me off. So this time we came over, took a couple extra days. I wanted to be the best fighter I could tonight in the ring and show the world that I belong in the top 5.
Well, you talked about your whole goal was to capture titles. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the new champion, Bellator Kickboxing, Gabriel Varga.
Our tail of the tape for this first fight. Look at the record of Maxime Rado.
You do, and when you look at Simone, he had 4 losses in a row, now 3 wins in a row. He's getting it back. Let's see if he can make it to 500.
The reach is virtually identical. All right, we welcome in Buddy Johnson to get us officially underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bellator MMA on Paramount Network here in Rome, Italy. Now, 3 5-minute rounds in the lightweight division. We introduce first the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighed in at 154.6 pounds. He brings 8 victories against a single defeat from Liova, Moldova, but fights out of Turin, Italy, Maxime Radu. And across the cage in the red corner, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in officially at 154.2 pounds. Holding a professional record, 3 victories, 4 defeats from Rome, Italy, Simone Adrenaline La Preziosa. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Dan Mergliata.
Dan Mergliata, our referee. For our first fight of the night, Bellator MMA, the cage in Rome, Italy, for the very first time. La Preziosa and Maxime Rado. And tonight's fight clock brought to you by Denny's. Welcome to America's Diner. Red gloves for Simone La Preziosa. And Maxime Rado is in the blue gloves.
Preciosa has seen how Maxime likes to fight and come straight ahead, and he's just, from the very start, let me keep you at distance and let me use angles, but this is where Radu is tough. He is a good wrestler, and he's heavy on top.
Wrestling is certainly his base. Began wrestling at age 13. Wrestled at the Sport School of Moldavia, a military school. He said that was a big challenge.
Preziosa has that underhook, but he's going to lose it with the movement of Radu right now. But he can just come out of this right now. He's holding the shorts. That's going to help him, but he's got a guillotine locked on him, and it's fairly tight.
Can he finish it early? And a nice job done to escape. A battle for position.
Right now, Radu needs to settle down, hold position, start to put pressure down on top of Preziosa, and he will be able to control his motions right now with the position he has.
Maxime Rado coming in, as I mentioned, with that 8-1 record, riding a 5-fight win streak. Both of these men making their Bellator debuts.
You know, one of the basic elements of jiu-jitsu is I want to pass the legs. The legs are the strongest part of the human body, and if I can pass those legs, I can weaken my opponent just by not having those legs as part of the whole game.
Good position here, side control, looking for some ground and pound. Rome, Italy's own Simone La Preziosa.
You say that name so well.
I kind of worked on it a little bit. We'll see how the night goes, though. There's a couple of challenging names, to say the least. Other than, you know, maybe Pitbull and Weichel.
Radu's doing really good work here. It doesn't look like a lot, but this adds up. It starts to tear you down if you're the guy underneath, because you can't get away from your opponent, and you just keep taking these big hammer fist shots.
Doing a good job of applying pressure, not allowing Simone to get off his back here early in this fight.
And you can tell that pressure that Radu has. This comes from all that base of wrestling when he started at 13 years of age. He understands positioning. He understands how to keep that pressure right now in the middle of Preziosa's body, so he's heavy and is unable to move out.
Trying to improve his position, but still staying very busy. 6 of the 8 wins for Rado have come in the first round.
Nice
4
try
by
and step
knockout,
over, but a
2
little
by
too far.
submission. And the scramble.
That was a good step over. The first step over that Radu did was bad. You're saying don't bring your leg up high and over, bring it, slice it through. The second one, it was the right time to step it over. It's just a matter of slow yourself down, think about what you're doing, and utilize the right technique.
But a smothering effort, and what we thought we would see was the stand-up fighter having to deal with the wrestler early. Big John, that's exactly been the theme thus far.
It is, and he's got a smothering attack. Rado's got the really grinding attack that is, it's so tiring, and it can wear you out. You're trying everything you can to get back to your feet, just like Preziosa just tried, and all of a sudden he's back in the same position.
Heavy hammer fist. Just under a minute on the clock here in round number 1. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
At least Preziosa at this time has him in guard, so he has a lot more opportunities to be offensive, but right now he's just taking shots. Dan Miragliotta is looking to stop this if he doesn't change that position.
He may finish it right here. It is all over. Another first round finish for Maxime Rado. His 6th consecutive victory and first inside the Bellator cage. Another first round finish. All of his finishes coming in the first 5 minutes, and it was wrestling and ground and pound 101.
It's really the big shots that he starts landing that makes the referee start to look, because at this point, Preziosa is stuck. He can't get out. He's just taking shots, and he's not moving. That's why Dan Miragliotta brings this fight to an end.
Impressive debut inside the Bellator cage. To make it official, here is Buddy Johnson.
Inside the Bellator cage, our referee, Dan Miragliotta, called a stoppage to this bout 4 minutes, 50 seconds into the first round. Declaring your winner by TKO with strikes, Maxime Radu.
Our tail of the tape for this middleweight matchup. A combined record of 9-0.
Both guys undefeated. Somebody's always got to go. Who's it going to be?
We will soon find out. Significant height and reach advantage for Ireland's Will Fleury. Once again, here's Buddy Johnson.
Network presents 3 5-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Now we introduce first the blue corner. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighed in at 185.8 pounds. As a professional, he's flawless with 4 victories, fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, Will Fleury. And now across the cage in the right corner, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall with an official weight 185.6 pounds. He stands undefeated at 5 victories from Macedonia, but fights out of Trento, Italy, presenting Alan Amedovski. But the action begins, your referee in charge, Dan Miragliotta.
Dan Miragliotta, our referee. For this battle of unbeatens, Will Fleury 4-0. Alan Amedovski is 5-0. We are underway. Tonight's fight clock is brought to you by Denny's. Welcome to America's Diner.
It'll be very interesting to see when Alan Amedovski hits Will Fleury. Does Will Fleury react the same as his prior opponents do, or does he just start to say, I can deal with that?
Amedovski in the red gloves, Fleury in the blue gloves.
That was a nice shot with the right hand that Amedovski landed on Fleury, and Fleury just smiled at him.
Fleury coming off a unanimous decision victory to go to 4-0. His first fight to go the distance.
Nice job of keeping that ankle up high. That's going to keep Amedovski from being able to get his leg underneath him to get back up. Good movement with the hips by Will Fleury. You see him coming over the legs. He's in a position. The only thing that's keeping him a little bit up right now is the fence, and if he can bring him over, he's going to have a great position.
Will Fleury in that victory in his professional debut against now teammate John Redmond, even warmed up in the same dressing room. He was a member of the rival gym, if you will, back then. John Kavanaugh said afterwards, he said, you know what? You did exactly to John Redmond what I would have told you to do. And like I said earlier, John, soon afterwards, he was a member of the SPG Ireland team. John Kavanaugh, one of the best.
John Kavanaugh's an outstanding coach. Oh, big shot again. Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt, he's out.
It is all over, just like that. Amedovski by knockout.
There is no doubt that that man has power in his hands. Knocking out Will Fleury, who I have seen take huge shots. That's a huge statement.
Fleury had utilized his wrestling, had some control, but when they came to the feet, it did not take long for this fight to be finished.
Watch this shot. That right hand hits him. You can see it stuns him. Gets hit again with the right. When he goes down, he gets hit with one more shot with the right there. That puts him unconscious. He didn't even need that last one. All of those were right hands. It's so hard to explain. There's just people that have power. You can teach people to have more power, but there's just certain people on this earth, they can crack. And that is Alan Amedovski.
And now it is all 6 wins by knockout, 4 in the first round. Our official decision from Rome, Italy is coming up next.
Again, here's that replay. Look at that right hand. That stuns Will Fleury. That one hurts him and puts him down. This is the one that puts him out. He is unconscious. This right hand there didn't even need to land. That was Dan Miragliotta trying to stop the fight, but Alan Amedovski has got power. That power is big because he has put every one of his opponents unconscious in a fight or in a state where they cannot defend themselves. He has got huge power, and he is someone that everyone is going to have to look at as a problem.
Another victory by knockout. He is a perfect 6-0 to make it official. Buddy Johnson.
Inside the Bellator cage, our referee, Dan Miragliotta, called a stoppage to this bout at 1 minute 39 seconds into the first round, declaring your winner by knockout, Alan Amedovski.
Certainly one of Macedonia's finest, now fighting out of Trento, Italy, putting on a show against Dublin, Ireland's Will Fleury. The former champion, 27 years old, his opponent 1 year his elder. Significant height and reach advantage for Andrei Koreshkov. With the official introductions, Buddy Johnson.
Bellator MMA on Paramount Network brings you 3 5-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Now we introduce first the blue corner, a 4-time MMA champion standing 5 feet 7 inches tall with an official weight 169.6 pounds. He holds a professional record 33 victories against 17 defeats to a single draw from Kotor, Montenegro, but fights out of Rizan, Montenegro, presenting Vaso Psychopath Bakocevic. And now across the cage in the red corner, the former Bellator welterweight champion, 6 feet 1 inches tall, and 170.4 pounds. A career 22 victories, 2 defeats. His Bellator record stands at 11-2, fighting out of Omsk, Russia, presenting Andrei Spartan Koreshkov. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Todd Anderson.
Todd Anderson, our referee. The former champion who held the title for 482 days, Andrei Koreshkov, facing Montenegro's Vaso Bakachevich. Here we go! Tonight's Fight Clock is brought to you by Denny's. Welcome to America's Diner.
Bakachevich in most of his fights comes forward aggressively. We'll see if he does the same facing off against Andrei Koreshkov.
Koreshkov in the red gloves, Bakachevich in the blue gloves. Amazing kickboxer, great lead hand, straight right, variety of kicks, and he has the height and reach advantage against the psychopath, Bakachevich. Nice kick.
There's only 2 fights that Andrei Koreshkov has ever lost. Both of those in Bellator, both in title fights, one as the champion. He lost to Ben Askren, who is a supreme wrestler when Koreshkov's wrestling could not match up with Ben Askren's. Then he lost to Douglas Lima on a knockout. But I'll tell you what, everybody that fights Andrei Koreshkov comes out of that fight going, my God, is he good.
And I'll give you a perfect example, one Benson Henderson.
Go back to that fight. I refereed that fight, and I will tell you, oh!
Just
huge!
like that! It is all over! Andrei Koreshkov on cue!
That's what makes Andrei Koreshkov so dangerous. He is explosive. That was a huge spinning kick that landed, it hurt Vaso, and put him down and out. That's what Andrei Koreshkov can do.
Take a look at the finish, partner. Take a look at the finish, partner.
The finish is quick and violent. Watch this, he sets it up, comes with that spinning kick. Boom, right to the body, right underneath the rib. That is painful. That's why Vasco cannot do anything in return. He cannot breathe at this point. His body is actually seizing up. That is the accuracy and the power of Andrei Koreshkov. He didn't even need any of these strikes right here. That didn't mean anything. It was all in that kick.
And Koreshkov did his homework because Bakachevich has been susceptible to body shots in the past, and Koreshkov utilized a beautiful one. The official decision from the Eternal City of Rome, Italy is coming up next. 3 fights so far tonight from Rome, 3 first-round finishes, including the former champion just a moment ago to make it official, Buddy Johnson.
Referee Todd Anderson called a stoppage to this bout 1 minute 6 seconds into the first round, declaring your winner by knockout, Andrei Spartan Koreshkov.
10 of his 12 knockouts have come in the first round. The Spartan will visit with my partner, Big John McCarthy.
I'm here with your winner, Andrei Koreshkov. Andrei, that was a beautiful spinning back kick to the body. Had you previously seen that Vasco had been hurt to the body in his previous fights?
Это была великолепно исполненная вертушка. Скажи, ты ее готовил к этому бою?
First of all, on Russian, okay? Пользуясь случаем, я хотел бы в первую очередь поблагодарить тех людей, которые поспособствовали моей победе. Я хочу поблагодарить моего тренера Александра Шеменко за эту подготовку. Хочу поблагодарить мою команду «Новый поток» за поддержку. И также руководство нашей команды в лице Навражного Юрия Валерьевича и Мазурова Дмитрия Петровича. Огромное вам спасибо за все, что вы делаете для спорта в целом в России. Вот. А говоря уже на ваш вопрос, я отвечу, что у нас с Александром был план мы заготовили эту вертушку и сделали ее под его указания. It was a plan, my coach say me use knee or back kick, and I use back kick.
That fight right there, in my mind, puts you in what Scott Coker, the president of Bellator, has announced as the welterweight tournament starting on September 29th. Is that a place that you believe that you should be with this win right here?
Эта победа окончательно утвердила тебя, твое место в Гран-при, 77 килограмм. Скажи, ты хотел бы там находиться? Это то место, где ты хотел бы быть?
Yes, of course. I won't be in a tournament. I already fight with anyone, anybody. Doesn't matter who.
Well, if you were given a chance at having somebody that you could have as a first-round opponent, who would it be?
А кого бы ты выбрал, если была бы такая возможность своим первым оппонентом?
Yes, for me, it doesn't matter, really.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was an impressive knockout to the body. Everybody, your winner, Andrei Spartan Koreshkov.
Tail of the tape for this title fight. Patricio Pitbull, 31 years old. Daniel Weichel, 2 years his elder.
Look at all that experience with all those fights, but the big difference is that height and that reach. That's what Daniel Weichel has got to use to his advantage if he wants to win.
For the official introductions, once again, we check in with Buddy Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bellator MMA on Paramount Network. From the Eternal City, Rome, Italy, the time is now for a main event. 5-minute rounds for the featherweight world title. Bellator MMA sanctioned by the Mohegan Tribe, Department of Athletic Regulation, Chief of the Mohegan Tribe, Lynn Malerba, Chairman Kevin Brown, and supervising at cageside, Director Mike Mazzulli. And now, we introduce your challenger in the blue corner. At 5 feet 10, he weighed in officially at 144.4 pounds. As a professional, he holds a career 39 victories, 22 by submission against 9 defeats. And inside the Bellator cage, his record stands at 8 victories and 1 defeat from Frankfurt, Maine, Germany, presenting the challenger, Daniel Drake Weichel. And now across the cage in the right corner, standing 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighted officially at 144.8 pounds. As a professional, 26 victories against 4 defeats, an 18-time veteran inside the Bellator cage. His record stands at 14 wins and 4 defeats. The 2-time Bellator Tournament champion and the 2-time Bellator Featherweight World Champion, presenting your 3-time defending Bellator Featherweight World Champion from Natal, Rio Grande do Norte, Brazil, Patricio Pitbull. The action begins, your referee in charge, Dan Mergliotta.
Dan Mergliotta, our referee. Seventh Bellator title fight for the champion Patricio Pitbull. The challenger, Daniel Weichel. Fight scheduled for 5-minute rounds. Here we go, featherweight belt on the line. Tonight's fight clock brought to you by Denny's. Welcome to America's Diner. Red gloves for Pitbull, blue gloves for Weichel.
Both guys kind of switching stance there. Sometimes there's just guys, the way they fight, they just have to engage. And that's what you're going to see tonight with Weichel against Pitbull. It'll be slow maybe in the beginning as they feel each other out, but I guarantee the fireworks are going to start.
You have been in the cage with Patricio Pitbull a total of 6 times. Of course, you were the referee for that first fight. What makes him so special?
It is the way he believes in himself. He has a belief that he can beat anybody. And it's also the power. It's the way he's built.
the compact build of him, he can punch with power in both hands. He's dangerous on the ground. He's the complete fighter, and you've got to be careful, and you can't make a mistake. You can have a perfect fight. You make the one mistake, he catches you, and he's the winner.
You also were inside the cage in Fresno when Daniel Weichel beat the former champion Pat Curran, which was a really big confidence builder for him at the time.
It was, and it was a very technical fight between the two. But Weichel in that fight showed that he could stay composed. That was the big difference. In other fights in the past, just like in his loss to Pitbull, Weichel has overextended and created an opening that his opponent has taken advantage of. And in that fight against Curran, he stayed composed the entire time. No matter what happened, he collected himself, reset, and came back in the technical fashion that makes him the fighter he is.
As he did in Budapest against John Makapa when he took that heavy shot early.
He did. He took a big shot that hurt him and hurt him bad, and he reset and came back. He lost that round, but he came back in those next two and picked Makapa apart.
Just a couple-hour flight for Daniel Weichel. Lots of family here. His girlfriend, longtime girlfriend, Lisa, staying home with their daughter, who was born on November 24th, 2017. November 24th is a really good day, by the way.
And although I know we don't have a lot of action here, I'm actually impressed with Patricio Pitbull that he's not being that guy that says, oh, I got to make something happen. He is taking his time, and he's trying to press Daniel into being the guy that comes at him so he can counter him. That just shows the maturity of Patricio Pitbull as a fighter.
Well, the crowd's kind of spoiled at this point, aren't they?
After all those quick knockouts, they expect everyone to go the same.
So much for all that studying. This also, and you can't be overstated, this is also mutual respect is what it is.
It is, man. As a champion or as the challenger, you've got to look and understand, I've got 5 5-minute rounds. I do not have to end this thing in the first 30 seconds. Or the last 30 seconds could be where I end it. If I rush, I can make a mistake. Let me get into a groove and let me start doing what I do best.
Which is what Weichel said he will not do again in his career, and that is lose his focus, lose his composure. He was so excited with that late almost finish in round 1 of the first fight. He fought undisciplined in round number 2 and got finished with that counter left hook.
And it's so easy to do when you are in a position that you actually think you won the fight, because he doesn't hear the bell. He thinks that I come in and I stop the fight and it's over, and I have to tell him, no, that's the end of the round. Go back to your corner. And he has to collect himself, get himself back into a mindset of going after Pitbull the right way, and he tried to finish the fight too fast.
Patricio said of his opponent, he's a complete fighter, doesn't get tired, doesn't get intimidated. He is a true warrior.
I think he's right about it. He doesn't get intimidated by anybody. I don't care what fighter it is or what size you are. If you took Fedor Emelianenko and said, Patricio, I want you to fight Fedor, he'd go, okay.
Yeah, it's true. So would Patricky, by the way.
Yeah, he would.
Interesting to note, and let's keep an eye on it later, that spinning kick thrown a moment ago by Patricio, he switched to southpaw and then threw the spinning kick. So let's keep an eye on that as the fight continues.
Well, it's unusual that he is switching to the southpaw as much as he is. Normally, he's an orthodox fighter, and he likes to fight from the orthodox stance, but he has seen something that tells him he wants that right hand forward.
Just what I said, John.
Exactly.
He just did it again from the southpaw stance.
Exactly.
Well, this would be the first time this evening I can ask you how you scored that round.
Well, I was flapping my lips so much, I would tell you, honestly, I think Weichel's the one that landed the best shot of the round. He landed a good right hand. I think that's what the judges are going to see, and they're going to probably give it 10-9 to Dan Weichel.
All right, set for round 2. Daniel Weichel, a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Dean Thomas, the veteran out of American Top Team. Patricio and Patricky both received their black belts in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at the same time back in 2007.
You know, we talked about it, Mike. I really do respect what both fighters are doing, and I respect the way that Daniel Weichel is taking his time,
He's utilizing feints, trying to set things up, but he's not rushing in. That shows that he's matured as a fighter.
Initially in the rematch back at Bellator 123, Patricio beat Pat Curran to win the title, defended against Strauss, defended against Weichel, eventually lost the belt to Strauss and got it back by guillotine back in April at Mohegan Sun at Bellator 178. So that one's for my son. Young son, young daughter for Drake Daniel Weichel. Just about a minute and 15 seconds into round 2.
That was a nice right hand that Pitbull just landed, and it caused Weichel some problems. He's in trouble.
He definitely is. A good flurry.
Big right hand again.
Pitbull pouring it on, looking for a finish here. Nice job done by Patricio Pitbull.
And it's a good job by Daniel Weichel. Even though he's on his back, he slowed the fight down, slowed all of those shots that he was taking. Get yourself back.
Punches in bunches. Half guard.
On top, Pitbull is a beast. His jiu-jitsu is solid, he's heavy, and he lands really heavy ground and pound shots when he gets the position that he's comfortable with.
With a victory, Patricio Pitbull would be tied for #1 all-time with Michael Chandler with 15. Joe Warren has 14. That has not happened yet, and Daniel Weichel plans on it not happening here tonight in Rome, Italy.
Daniel Weichel going to a butterfly guard, which is a great defensive guard, although it's also offensive. And he can, just like what you're seeing right there, by pushing up, elevating on the hips, taking Pitbull out of balance and putting his weight heavy on the front, he's giving him problems, and he's creating time that he's not getting hit by big shots.
Pitbull does his wrestling with the captain, Eric Albarracin, who worked with Henry Cejudo, the 2008 Olympic gold medalist. He's got a title fight coming up. Title fight here inside the Bellator cage, the rematch. Red gloves for Patricio Pitbull, blue gloves for Daniel Weichel. Mike Goldberg, Big John McCarthy from Rome, Italy. Foro Italica.
All that ground gave Daniel Weichel the ability to recoup from those big shots that he took from Pitbull, but Pitbull gained confidence off of landing those shots, and he's looking to start to walk down Daniel Weichel and land another right hand.
The finish came in round 2 in the first fight. Just over a minute remaining in round #2 in this rematch.
I know it sounds crazy, but it's so important for champions to understand I do not have to get rid of my challenger right away. I do not have to win every round. I just have to fight a smart fight, and when given the opportunities to explode, then explode.
I think a perfect example of that is going the distance in what was a rematch with Curran, and then the rear naked choke against Daniel Strauss came 4:49 into round #4.
Exactly, and that's, you know, it's so hard when you're a young fighter, and if you have success early in fights, by winning early in the round, you think, I need to do this all the time. You don't. You just need to take your time and find that spot where you can explode and open up and do damage to your opponent. That's going to get you your win.
Final seconds of round #2.
Good job of Weichel to control the head and not allow damage in this position. Here's that right hand, left hand, boom. He's already hurt him in this sequence, but now you see Weichel starting to retreat. He's crushing his distance. That's the right hand right there that really hurt him. You see the right hand come through, lands with the left, tries to come up with an elbow. Boom, another right hand, puts him back on his heel. These are big shots. Weichel is opening up, trying to get him off of him, but those shots definitely win Patricio Pitbull that round. We're now even 1-1.
So 10-9 Weichel in round one, 10-9 Patricio Pitbull in round two on Big John McCarthy's scorecard.
And the unfortunate part is they were two completely different rounds. If you're going to say who's actually winning the fight right now, it's Patricio Pitbull.
Round three. Fourth time Weichel has been scheduled for 5 rounds, his second Bellator title fight. He has never fought past the 3rd round. Although, as I mentioned, he has been scheduled on 3 occasions previous to tonight for 25 minutes.
Well, he's a cardio monster, so there's no doubt he can make that time. It's just a matter of don't give Patricio Pitbull that big opening. Right there when you're getting hit, you've got to lift that leg. There you go. Check that kick. If you're going to take and eat that kick, you got to make sure that it does not off-balance you so you can get hit by another shot that ends up hurting you.
Weichel has fought in Germany, England, Japan, Ireland, Sweden, Bulgaria, the Netherlands, France, the US, and tonight for the first time here in Italy. Special treat, outdoor venue. Maybe next time we come here, we'll be inside the Coliseum.
That was good use of catching the kick and putting Patricio back on his butt with that takedown. What can Daniel Weichel do in this position? That's the question. He just moved from guard to half guard, so he's advancing position, and he's showing that he's going after more than just being on the ground here and looking busy.
Interesting to note that Pitbull has 11 career wins by submission, but 7 of those were in his first 13 wins. So they came very early in his career. Doesn't mean he cannot finish a fight by submission.
The submission that you really see Patricio go after is the choke, be it a guillotine choke, a rear naked choke. And he has learned that he likes to punch. He likes the knockout. So does his brother. And that's what they really train. They train their wrestling, they train their stand-up, they train their jiu-jitsu, but it's more of a defensive jiu-jitsu instead of that offensive jiu-jitsu.
Both guys see a neck and they go for it.
They do, and when they get the squeeze, especially Patricio, he locks it on, you're in trouble.
7 of his first 13 wins by submission, 22 career wins by submission for Daniel Weichel, who is now on top.
That was some really good jiu-jitsu by both players right there. You saw Patricio was utilizing an open guard, using an elevator hook, and Weichel passed it, getting to half guard. Great job by Daniel Weichel to main control and get back to half guard. Right now, what Daniel Weichel is trying to do, he's trying to unlock that leg that he has in half guard, because with the position that he has his head in, he's got to open up on that arm to start landing. Elbow strikes is the best thing that he can do. You see where Patricio's arms are at under his leg right now. That left arm is not doing him any good. He's got to start to move that arm out. There you go.
Gets it back to full guard.
And he's doing the same thing that Weichel did. He's in butterfly guard. Butterfly guard, Maurice Smith was the guy that utilized a butterfly guard so beautifully for a guy that wasn't a jiu-jitsu guy, but it was such a good defensive guard because he could offset the balance of his opponent, and he kept himself from being hit with heavy shots.
And he had the long limbs to be able to pull it off.
Yep. Right now, Daniel Weichel doesn't have anything. He's got to change what he's got to make that effective. He's trying to by sticking his arm deep inside, but that's why you saw Patricio go from where he was sitting to lying down, because he was in trouble there, and it can still be tight. He's just got to get a different position. He can lock that leg over the top.
He's got a lot of time to try to do so.
He's got the ability to push against that. It can create a pressure that's going to lock down on Patricio and give him problems.
Weichel trying to become the new champion.
What we really have is an anaconda choke, but he can't finish it because the fence is there. He can't get position. He just moved out of it.
Good defense from Patricio Pitbull. And they get up and swing.
And the real question is, how heavy is Daniel Weichel's arms after squeezing on that anaconda?
Final seconds of round number 3. Good knee, and a strong round for the challenger.
Here's the choke that he almost had on Patricio Pitbull. This is an anaconda. The difference is he's not able to grab the leg, so he tried to utilize the cage by pushing Pitbull. That leg right there wanted to catch Pitbull's right leg. It didn't work, so he tried to push him against the fence to create that pressure. It almost worked.
Championship rounds, first time to round number 4 for Daniel Weichel. 7th time Pitbull has been scheduled for 5 rounds. He is 4-2 in 5-round fights, 1-2 in the 3 fights that have gone the full 25 minutes. We have seen a little bit of everything, which is what we had hoped for here with the featherweight belt on the line.
Nice right-left combination by Pitbull. Hit him with good, solid shots, and that rattled Daniel.
Pitbull has definitely landed the heavier shots thus far in this fight.
And that's what the judges are looking for. They don't care so much about volume unless they see no damaging shots. But when you see heavy damaging shots, they give more priority to those than the volume.
Talked about all those early submission finishes in the career of Patricio Pitbull. It is worthy of note that his last 2 wins have come by guillotine.
He likes the guillotine choke, and like I said, when he clamps it on, he's so strong, and he's got that squeeze that we talk about. Certain guys can create a pressure, and Pitbull is one of them. He can create a pressure in that choke that makes it to where you think my head is popping off, and you end up tapping out to it.
The younger of the Pitbull brothers by 547 days, about 1.5 years. Patricky, of course, in the corner of his younger brother Patricio tonight.
Weichel is definitely slowed down in his offensive output. Part of that is due to that anaconda choke. I'm telling you, when you're starting to squeeze, those arms get full of blood and lactic acid, and you've got to work that out. And that's what he's trying to do. He got hit by a couple of good shots at the beginning here, and he hasn't done a whole lot since, except for that right hand he just threw.
And let's not forget that we are in an outside venue, and while it is nighttime, it's still a bit warm, warmer than it would be if we were somewhere inside.
Absolutely, it's warm out here, and these guys are feeling it. But again, Pitbull just landed 2 more really hard shots, and it's slowing what Daniel Weichel is doing down.
First fight in 456 days for Weichel.
That right hand again, Mike.
Yep.
The right hand is getting through.
And that's what the Brazilians were telling you from the locker room before this fight, to watch for the right hand of Patricio Pitbull. Now he's in the southpaw stance. Will we see a spin again? Now he switches back quickly.
Yeah, and you know what? He's switching back because he realizes I'm doing better from my orthodox stance. I'm landing my right hand, and I'm going to stay with that.
Man, he just ate that kick trying to return with the right hand. Under 2 minutes on the clock here in round 4. Patricio looking for his first title defense of this belt that he now holds for the 2nd time. Had 2 title defenses the first time he was the champ.
That's a good low outside kick that Weichel is landing, but that is not going to make up for the shots that Patricio has landed so far in this round.
Oh my.
Well, again,
That one hurt, and a flurry, and a lot of time on the clock. Flying knee.
He's in trouble, Micah. He hit Pitbull back, but it did not affect him.
Can he do it right here, right now? Half guard.
And again, this is very smart by Weichel. He is slowing down that progression. He's on his back, but he's still not getting hit. Now he's in trouble.
Full mount.
We got full mount.
And Pitbull was able to drag that right leg out pretty easily. Weichel trying to get it back to half guard. Weichel's bloodied up from that flurry a moment ago.
Yeah, that elbow that landed right in the middle of his face, and it did some damage.
Patricio pushed away and says, all right, let's stand up. 30 seconds on the clock here in the fourth.
And you can see the way that Weichel got up. He's still not steady.
20 seconds. But Patricio not being undisciplined here.
He's being a champion. Here he goes for that. Oh, I thought he was going to go for that guillotine.
Final seconds of the round. 5 minutes remain in this title fight. And John, it's worthy of note, although on a few occasions, due to strikes, it looked as if Daniel Weichel was in big-time trouble. On your scorecard, this fight's a 2-2 going into the fifth.
This is the championship round right here. Whoever wins this round is going to win this fight, in my opinion. The big difference is the damage that Daniel Weichel took in that last round. We're going to see how much it affects him, because right now he is not going to be breathing out of his nose. He's going to be breathing out of his mouth. With his mouth open, that's going to cause him problems if he gets hit by Pitbull.
First time past the third round for Weichel. Pitbull 1-2 in fights that have gone 25 minutes.
And you can see, take a look, Mike, you can see his mouth open already. That is a problem for him. He's not going to be biting down on that mouthpiece. You can't time it with the punches. You want to be biting down on it. Sometimes you'll bite down on it a little bit harder than others, but it's always a pressure. And when you don't have that pressure and you get hit, it can put you out.
And your opponent knows.
Oh yeah, he sees it. No doubt about it.
So look for a potential uppercut here. Good kick. And Pitbull walked right into that one. Nicely done by Weichel.
Good right hand by Weichel and a good high kick to follow it up. That's what we talk about. Hide that kick behind your hands. That is going to make you successful.
Daniel Weichel said, it's taken me 15 years to get to the position I'm in today. 3.5 minutes on the clock. Will Pitbull win again and defend, or will we have our first Bellator champion from Germany?
Pitbull's just pushing him away. He's waiting for that moment that he can strike out with that right hand and hurt Daniel Weichel again. We'll see if that happens, because if Daniel Weichel continues to move, he's going to try to keep that from occurring.
Under 3 on the clock.
And both fighters are tired. Both have put out a lot of energy in that second, third, and fourth round. There was a lot happening in this fight. That first round was a little slow, but those next 2-3 rounds, they put out a lot of energy, and it is, like you said, oh, he's rattled again. You can see him shaking his head out. It hurt him.
And it's still 80 degrees out with a lot of humidity.
Yeah, it is not cool out here. These guys are in the middle of an oven.
Past the midway point of the 5th and final round of our featherweight title fight.
Another big right hand. That, you know, no matter what, you can say, what was the difference right now in this fight? That right hand is what's landing for Patricio Pitbull. The reason that Daniel Weichel came in and is trying to take Pitbull down as he was being hurt by those hands, that right hand, and he wants to stay away from it, so that's why you see him now all of a sudden going for the takedown. You can look right now, Pitbull's got double underhooks with very high position. That's a strong position in MMA. Does he decide to take this fight to the ground and grind Weichel out, or is he going to let go of this and go back to the stand-up that he feels so comfortable in?
Under 90 seconds now. There's your answer, John.
And just answered it right away.
The rematch living up to the expectations.
you know, it's been a great fight, but it's different than the first one, and both guys have showed I learned something from it. I can't be that guy that goes after things right away and just lays it all out there. I need to be smart.
Well, part of evolving and improving is learning patience and discipline and not making yourself susceptible to damage or knockouts or submission losses because you're always looking for the highlight reel finish.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Mike. And look at, this is the best performance I have ever seen out of Daniel Weichel, even in his win against John McCapa, which I really was impressed by him. He has been even better and smarter just against a better fighter here tonight against Patricio Pitbull.
20 seconds remain in this fight. Flying knee. 15 seconds.
Flying knee that did not land, so it's a lot of motion, but it doesn't do anything.
Pitbull, Weichel.
And you can tell by Pitbull's motion right now, he believes he has won this fight.
They go the distance. Patricio Pitbull, Daniel Weichel. Who will be the champion? Our official decision is coming up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, this championship action goes the distance, 5 rounds. And we go to your judge's decision. Judge Sal D'Amato scores about 49-46 in favor of Patricio. George Derek Cleary scores about 48-47 in favor of Weichel. Our third and final judge, Chris Lee, scores about 48-47, declaring your winner by split decision. And still, featherweight champion of the world, Patricio Pitbull.
Split decision victory for Patricio Pitbull, now tied for #1 all-time with 15 Bellator wins, with a former champion Michael Chandler, Fedor Hoyce, Bellator president Scott Coker here in Rome. Of course, Fedor and Chael coming up very soon. And the Brazilian next to the Brazilian. And Scott Coker doing some great things inside the Bellator cage as of late. Congratulations to the champion. Here's Big John McCarthy.
That was a completely different fight than you had against Daniel Weichel the first time. In the first one, it was fireworks from the starts to the finish. This one had a lot of technical and just incredibly chess match fighting. How do you feel coming out of this fight right now as the champ?
This guy is a fucking monster. Thank you, home. I am here to make a show for you guys. And come on, Bellator, no more rematch, please. These guys are so tough. And I want a easy fight one day. Come on, SBG, James Gallagher, his coach is here. We have a deal. Come on, McGregor. Where's your gym? Where's your team? I want you beat everyone. These guys are easy to me. You know that. SBG has one tough fighter. He is Conor McGregor, but I can beat everyone in there.
You've been having a bit of a Twitter battle between Pitbull brothers and SBG. Who from SBG would you want to face if you got that matchup?
I want to know if you have a deal. Come on, Kavanaugh. I am here. I'm asking for you. Where are you? Hey, this battle and this belt for my son. I love you, bud.
Well, I want to tell you that was a fantastic match. Everyone, congratulations to Patricio Pitbull, still Bellator featherweight champion.
There's his son, David, his wife, Teresa. Congratulations, the champion with his little guy, Patricio Pitbull, remains the featherweight champ. career victories for Alessio Sakara, 8 years the elder of his opponent.
He has a lot more experience, but both guys have power in both hands.
And the reach is virtually identical. All right, once again with the introductions, here is Buddy Johnson.
From Foro Italico, Rome, Italy, Bellator MMA on Paramount Network brings you a feature presentation. 3 5-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. Now we introduce first the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall with an official weight 204 pounds even. He holds a professional record, 8 wins against 4 defeats and 1 no contest. He hails from Boston, Lincolnshire, England, but fights out of Bournemouth, England, presenting Jamie Sloan. And across the cage in the right corner, a 3-time Bellator veteran, standing 6 feet 1 inches tall and weighing officially at 205.6 pounds. Holding a career 19 victories against 12 defeats and 2 no contests. Born Lazio, Italy, but fights out of Rome, Italy, presenting Alessio Legionarius Sakara. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Todd Anderson.
Todd Anderson, our referee. Alessio Legionarius Sakara. 19 career wins, 13 by knockout. Jamie Sloan, 8 wins, 6 by knockout, 2 by submission.
Ready, fight!
Here we go! Sloan comes out swinging. Tonight's Fight Clock brought to you by Denny's. Welcome to America's Diner.
Well, Sloan is being smart. If he's going to go after him early and make him try to pay. That's what Jamie Sloan does. He's got to throw, and if it worked for him, great. If it doesn't, oh well.
5 first-round finishes for Jamie Sloan.
He's never gone out of the second round. He's never had a fight go to the judges' scorecards, and you're seeing exactly why.
Longest fight, 9 minutes and 50 seconds, elbow over the top. Really pouring it on early on Legionarius, 36-year-old Alessio Sakara.
Yeah, but when you're Alessio Sakara and you're seeing this attack, you just need to bide your time, be smart, and pick your shots. Look for the openings. They are there.
Can he get one here? 4 straight wins by knockout for Sakara. 3 in the first round. And big, heavy ground and pound.
That left hand is hitting with power right now.
Sakara with an elbow. Looking to finish this right here, right now.
He is, and if Jamie Sloan doesn't move,
it's all over! Just like that! Legionarius!
Take a look at this ground and pound. Big elbow strike, big shots. There's power behind those. He's bringing a lot of steam on those shots. And you see Sloan start to just give in. He doesn't respond. He doesn't move. That's why your referee, Todd Anderson, brings an end to the fight. Look at the shots coming right here, Mike.
Boom.
Big shots. You got to move. If you don't, end of the fight.
11th first round knockout for Alessio Sakara, and it comes here in Rome. The first time he's fought here in 15 years. 3rd Bellator victory by knockout for Alessio Sakara. to make it official, Buddy Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, our referee, Todd Anderson, called the stoppage that is about 1 minute 19 seconds into the first round, declaring a winner by TKO with strikes, Alessio Legionarius Sakara.
Alessio, Jamie Sloan came after you hard, pushing the pace of the fight, trying to hurt you, and you took your time, you picked your spots, you showed what a veteran fighter you are. How does it feel fighting in front of your people here in Rome?
It's my first time fighting in Rome. I love everybody because I fight all my fight out of the country. And here I have a good energy. The last time I fight, I have a bad knockout. But this guy give me the power for come back to cage.
You have an incredible fan base here in Italy, and you could tell they love you. How much energy did you get from these people tonight?
Sorry?
You said you could tell all these fans love you. How much energy did you feel from these fans tonight?
Well, it's a lot. I similar super heavyweight power I have for this energy.
So at 205, are you feeling good at this weight? You're going to stay here?
For life, never more 185. I love pizza and pasta.
Well, you looked awfully good at 205. Congratulations on a great victory. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Alessio Legionarius Sakara.
Alessio celebrating with his son, Marcus and Leonidas, inside the Bellator cage. Alessio Legionarius Sakara by TK.